Yo.
Bruh.
What the f...
Bruh.
What is this? That ain't cool. Well, I was gonna say happy 4th of July, but considering how the birds around here decided to conspire against me and shit all over my car after I just washed it. Damn, man, that was cold. There's just so much crap back there. What the hell? Alright guys, so today we actually have a good bit to do, so I thought I would just take you guys along. First thing first, I've got band practice today, so we're gonna be heading over there in San Bernardino. But other than that, as far as the car goes today, I would really like to change my oil, and I would really like to film another video I have in mind about the 5 things I love and hate about this car. So it should be a pretty good time. There shouldn't be much traffic. It's Sunday and it's the 4th. Happy 4th, by the way, or shitty 4th, by the way, because of angry birds. You can see it even in my rear view mirror. Guys, we at Rodeo Burger right now. Love this place. Guys, look how low my car is compared to this step up here. Can't get much more Norco than that, huh? Water wheel, thrifty horse, boot barn. Hell yeah. There it is. The good stuff. Well, the good thing is there's absolutely no one on the road. Guys, this is all bad. This is all bad. We got practice. Oh no, not the wrench. Alright guys, so we're at the studio now. About to put in some practice. It's gonna be a good time. You guys, this is why you go to Rodeo Burger.
I thought it was, I was like, wait a minute, where'd you get that microphone? I have that one at home in my drawer. Did you buy another one? Yeah, that's nice.
Super easy.
And then video micro.
Woo! Yeah.
Write that off as a business expense.
Yeah.
We got one of those, but we don't really use it for much. Sizes of that one?
16.
And then
16, 18, 20, 22.
You can't lose with 22s.
maybe some crash accents or some shit in there, you know?
Yeah, I do have crash. We're gonna be at work today.
Done with practice.
Yeah, today would be a perfect day for a gig.
Oh man.
Maybe we could do a gig at this church one day.
Gotta get this close up here.
Oh, for shite.
I can't believe that. Like,
Dude, he was pissed
they
off.
all conspired against me.
He was pissed off. Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
He's like, get shitted on.
Yeah, honestly.
Shit on kids.
Oh, it's so hot. Yeah, let's burn this shit down. Yeah. You guys, this heat is just not it today. It's brutal. It's just ridiculous. The good thing is though, is like there's not too much traffic today, probably because it's Sunday. So at least we get to move and not just sit in the heat the whole time. All right guys, I gotta change the oil in this car, so we're actually gonna be heading to AutoZone, getting some stuff and changing the oil real quick too. I told you we've got a busy day, and then we're gonna go see some fireworks, have a good time, and that'll be that. Hey, Celica gang! Yeah, there we are. Gotta look back at it. Okay, oil, let's see. We need 5W30. This should be plenty. And now oil filter. Oh, Hot. Look at that beauty. Alright guys, so I got the full synthetic 5W30 motor oil because sometimes when I cold start my car, it'll do this rattling kind of noise, like almost like a kind of noise, but just for like a split second, and then it'll stop. So I read online that was probably caused by a loose piston or a cold piston in the engine, and as it heats up and expands, it closes that gap so it doesn't rattle or shake or anything, which makes sense because it doesn't happen whenever I warm start the car like this. Listen. Yeah, nothing. You might have heard a buzzing. That's actually just the antenna up there going up. But I also read online that synthetic motor oil can help that issue. So we're gonna test that out and we'll see if it works. I'll also cold start it again later so you guys can hear what it's actually like. But for now, it's time to get out of here. All right guys, first things first. Let's get this crap off my car. All right, so that'll do for now. Finally got all the crap off there. I'll wash it again later. We're just gonna let it sit dry and cool down, let the engine cool down before we change the oil. This thing really needs tires. Tires and suspension, that's coming next. All right guys, so we're gonna start with the obvious thing, which is chalking the tires and jacking the car up. Alright guys, so as you can see, we're up on the jacks, and once we get under the car, you will notice if you still have them, you're gonna have plastic panels under here, right? We're just gonna have to take a screwdriver and try and pop out these tabs and unscrew these little bolts, and then we can slide the panel out of the way. You don't have to take it all the way off. You could just take out those bolts and tabs and leave one in and just pop it off and then just shift it over so we can reach the oil pan and the oil filter. All right, got those off. So under here guys, this is the only tab I have left in, so now this piece will drop and you can honestly just swing it out of the way like that. And then you have access to your oil filter and your oil drain plug right there. First of all, we're gonna wanna take off the oil cap on the top of the engine to prevent suction from like clogging this, from keeping the oil from flowing out. And then once that cap is open on the top, then we can undo this, drain out the oil, and change the oil filter. So let's do that. First up, let's pop the hood. All right guys, so just unscrew the oil cap so some air can get in there, and then we're gonna go back down in the bottom and get rid of that drain plug. All right guys, so the oil drain bolt I believe is 14 millimeters. And so let's get under the car and undo that. I've got my drain pan actually over there, so I'll just scoot over and show you guys exactly how I do it. So you guys can see that oil draining right there. So we're just gonna let that drain out completely, and then we're gonna replace the drain plug and also change the oil filter. Man, I'll tell you guys better like this video because it's hard to keep the camera clean under here and do this at the same time. But all right, here's what we're gonna do next. This, now that it's had a chance to drain, we're just gonna replace the plug. Wipe it off there a little bit. Grab the plug here, swipe off the tail end of the plug. Okay, let's just tighten it with this thing a little bit. That should be good. All right, and now the oil filter. So if you guys can't see, here's the drain plug, okay? And the oil filter is this little thing right there. Because this is recessed, I would have to get the camera right underneath it. And if I undid it with the camera right underneath, you guys would be splashed with oil. Put the oil pan underneath, obviously, so oil doesn't get everywhere. But I'm just gonna undo this, unscrew it, and then I'll show you guys what I do with the new one. All right guys, so once you have your old oil filter off, here's what you're gonna wanna do. You're gonna wanna take your new oil filter right here, and you're gonna wanna dip your hands or your fingers in some brand new oil. Lubricate the O-ring around here to ensure that it gets a good seal on the oil pan. Without doing that, essentially what happens is the outside of this O-ring here doesn't get any lubrication and it doesn't stay wet, which means that there's potential for it to dry out and crack and eventually leak oil. And obviously we don't want that. So if you pre-lubricate it with some clean oil and then put it on, you will never have that problem. And then once we do that, we're just gonna apply it directly on there the same way we took the other one off. And another little quick tip for you guys, when you're putting on the new oil filter, do not tighten it with any tools or anything, just get it hand tight. The reason is, when you drive and when hot oil goes through this thing, it expands, right? And if it's too tight, it'll expand and essentially almost cement itself to the car and become impossible to take off. You just want to tighten this hand tight and then you're good to go. All right guys, so once you get the oil drain plug as well as the oil filter tightened in and replaced, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill the engine with oil and we're gonna keep that little plastic bit off just so we can see if there are any leaks when we're pouring oil in there. All right guys, so just really important note, be sure not to overfill the oil on your car. Generally, I just put about 2/3 of the oil in at once, all at the beginning, because I know the engine can take that amount of displacement. But you just want to make sure that you don't overfill right off the bat and take it slow, because if you overfill, the oil is going to foam up and it's going to cause oil running issues. Now I'm just going to go into the car and check, make sure there are no leaks or anything like that. Alright guys, so here's what's gonna happen now. I filled up the oil just a little bit, just so I can tell that there's some on the dipstick, and just so I can make sure that it's not leaking at the bottom. Once I made sure it wasn't leaking, I replaced the plastic cover, and I'm actually going to now lower the car off the jack stands. I already put all the bolts back up in the plastic cover, so everything on the bottom is good now. I'm gonna lower the car off the jack stand so I can get the car somewhat level, and then I'll check the oil, because if you check the oil while the car isn't level, then potentially there could be more oil in there than the dipstick shows, and so you could be overfilling, which you don't want to do. So I'm just going to lower the car, recheck it, and then fill till it's appropriately all the way up on the dipstick. We'll see if she starts. It just explodes. Not gonna lie, these things make a huge difference. Well, she drives. It's pretty good. You guys, that jack scared the shit out of me. There's like no soft release kind of, you know, carry the car down slowly, nice and easy. That thing was just like, it was all or nothing. It was 0 to 100 real quick, that jack stand. Just gotta take another look, make sure nothing's leaking. It's pretty good to me. We'll come check it out later. Waiting on them fireworks. Do a flip. America! We're here getting some food.
Gonna take you on a trip.
Couldn't go perfectly today.
United States.
Woo!